Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we'll be discussing the chapter matrices of class 12th, and this is our first video on this chapter. So in this video, first of all, we'll be discussing the basics of matrices, like what is matrix and what are the different types of matrices, and in the last we will even solve some questions related to that. So let's start. So first, the definition of matrix. Now matrix is an ordered rectangular array of numbers or functions, or you can say it as a kind of arrangement of numbers and functions. Let me take an example. Suppose this is a matrix. Now matrices, so matrix is one singular, and when there are many matrix you call it as matrices. Okay, so matrices is plural. So suppose I have denoted a matrix by A. Now whenever you denote a matrix, you denote it by the capital letters, just like you used to denote your sets in class 11th. So here you have denoted your matrix by the letter A. So, and then when you write the matrix, you always write them in these kind of square brackets. Okay, you always have to write matrix in these kind of square brackets. So you always write them in these kind of square brackets. Then if you see inside this 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 8, these are called as the elements of the matrix. Okay, they are the different elements of the matrix. Now if you see this one, you can see it is written as 2 into 3. Now this part is called as the order of the matrix. Okay, this is called as order of matrix. Now what do you mean by order of matrix? So first of all, if you see in this matrix, there are two rows. Now how do you know the rows? This is one row and this is another row. Okay, there are two rows in this matrix. 3, 5, 7 is one row, it is the first row of this matrix, and 4, 6, 8 belongs to the second row of this matrix. Now apart from rows, there are columns also in this matrix. Like this is the first column, then this is the second column, and this is the third column. So there are 3 columns also in this matrix. There are 2 rows and 3 columns in this matrix. The first column has elements 3 and 4, second column has got elements 5 and 6, and the third column has got elements 7 and 8. So these are the 3 columns of the matrix. Now how do you write the order of matrix? So in order to write the order of matrix, first of all you write it as the bottom side of your right hand side, right corner bottom. You write the order of the matrix, and to write it you have to write it in the form of rows into columns. Okay, so you have to write it in the form of rows into columns. Now if you see this matrix has got 2 rows. This is one row and this is the second row. So there are 2 rows, so I write 2 and then I get this cross symbol and then the number of columns. So if you see, there is 1, 2, 3 columns over here. So you have got here 3 columns. So this is, here comes your order of matrix. Now in order to read it, you don't read it as 2 into 3. You read it as 2 by 3. And you never multiply them. You never multiply 2 into 3 and write 6 as the order of matrix. That becomes wrong. You always write it as rows into columns. And when it comes to spelling, how to spell it, you always spell it as 2 by 3. So if someone asks you what is the order of the matrix, you have to say that the order of this matrix A is 2 by 3. Okay, so that is the way of writing the order of matrices. Okay, so first of all we have understood what is rows, what is column, what is order of matrix. Now I have taken here another matrix B. Okay, so this is another matrix B, and the order of this matrix I have written here at the bottom right hand side corner. And if you see, this matrix has got, this is first row and this is second row. So there are 2 rows, and then if you see, this is column 1 and this is column 2. So you know that in order to write the order of matrix, you have to write it as rows into columns. So in this there are 2 rows, so I have written 2 and then columns. Okay, so in order to read the order of matrix, we read it as 2 by 2. Okay, so if someone asks you what is the order of matrix B, that is this matrix, then you will say it is 2 by 2. Now this elements which you can see over here, this 3, 4, 7 and 8, they have got some names. So if you want to define these elements, you can define it in the form of A, I, J. Okay, now over here this A refers to that particular element and I and J refers to its place. Now here I belongs to the row and J refers to the column. Okay, here I means the row and J means the column and A is that particular element. So with the help of this Aij, you can define that place or the particular place of that element. So if you can see in this matrix B, if I take suppose 7 and if you want to know its place, so you can that element is defined as A. Okay, and then first thing is you have to write Ij. So I is the row. Now which is the row of the element 7? Now if you see 7 belongs to the first row. Okay, 7 belongs to the first row. So you write it as 1 and then you have to check for the column, that is J. Now if you check for the column, 7 belongs to the second column. So the next thing that you write is that 2. So if I suppose write here as AI2 and if I ask you which is the AI2 element, you will check from this matrix and you will check and you will write it as 7. Suppose if I ask you which is the element A21. Now in order to know the element A21, what you're going to do is, first thing is this 2 belongs to the row and 1 belongs to the column according to this Aij concept. So this 2 belongs to the row and 1 belongs to the column. So first thing is you have to check for the second row. Now this is your second row. Okay, 4 and 8 are the elements belonging to the second row. Then you have to check for the first column. Second row, first column. So if you check, 4 is the element that belongs to the second row and the first column. So if I ask you which is the A21 element, you will write it as 4 because 4 is the element that belongs to the second row and the first column. So that is how you name the elements of a matrix. Now let us discuss about the different types of matrices. Now first we will discuss with the basic types of matrices like the column matrix and the row matrix. Now what is a column matrix? Now from the name itself you can get to know about it that a matrix is said to be a column matrix if it has got only one column in it. Suppose I've taken example over here, matrix A, and this has got only one column. If you can see, there is only one column and the elements that belong to the first column is 0, root 3 and minus 1. These three elements belong to the first column. Okay, see, if you see here, this is the first column, column 1, and the elements belonging to the first column is 0, root 3 and minus 1. Now if you ask me how many rows are present in this matrix, then you can see there is row 1, row 2 and row 3. So there are 3 rows present in this matrix. So basically the concept of column matrix is that we are not worried about the number of rows. There should be only one column that should be present in that matrix. Only then it becomes a column matrix. Now if you ask me what is the order of this matrix. Now if you remember, in order to write the order of matrix, we write it in the form of rows into columns. Okay. So this is the basic thing in writing order of matrix, write it in the form of rows into columns. Now if you see for this A matrix, it has got 3 rows and 1 column. So I write it as 3 rows and 1 column, that is 3 by 1. Okay, 3 rows and 1 column, so 3 by 1 is the order of this matrix. Now if you want to write this column matrix in general form, then you can even write it as matrix A is equal to Aij. Now Aij is a kind of way of naming the elements, as I told you just now. Okay, so Aij, and then you can write the order of matrix as M into 1. That is, you can see here M here refers to the number of rows. So there can be any number of rows, that doesn't matter, but the number of columns should be only 1. Okay, only then becomes a column matrix. So this is a general way of writing a column matrix. Now let us see what is row matrix. Now similarly to a column matrix, a row matrix is the matrix in which there is only one row present. Okay, here the number of columns doesn't matter, only one row should be present. That is what is the main concept behind a row matrix. Okay, suppose I've taken a matrix which is defined by C, and this matrix, if you check, it has got only one row. Okay, if you check, it has got only one row, but if you check for the column, this is the first column, this is the second column, column third, and 4th. So if you check, it has got only one row but 4 different columns. So in row matrix, the number of columns does not matter. What matters is the number of rows, and there should be only one row. Okay, now if you write the order of this matrix C, you have to write it in the form of rows and columns. So if you see, there is only one row and the number of columns is 4. Okay, so 1 by 4 is the order of this matrix. Now as I have written over here the general form for that column matrix, this one. Similarly, we can write the general form for this row matrix also. Suppose C here is the matrix that I had taken for example. Now C can be written as Cij. Okay, you can write it as Aij also, doesn't matter. So since I've taken here C, I'm writing it as Cij just to represent. So suppose this is like this, Cij. And then if you want to write the order of the matrix, here you will write it as 1, because 1 represents here the number of rows, and the rows should always be 1 in row matrix, and multiplied by n. Now n here refers to the number of columns. Okay, so this is a general form of writing the row matrix. Okay, so now let us see square matrix and diagonal matrix. Now in a square matrix, the number of rows which we usually represent by the letter m and the number of columns that we represent by the letter n, they are usually equal. Okay, so they are like always equal in a square matrix. So the basic rule of a square matrix is that the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. Okay, here we represent the number of rows as m and the number of columns as n. So you can see I have written here m is equal to n, that is number of rows is equal to number of columns. That is a square matrix. Suppose for example I have taken here a matrix A which has got elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, there are four elements present in this, and if you see, this has got 2 rows and 2 columns. This is the first row, row 1, and this is the second row. And if you check for the column, this is the first column and this is the second column. So it has got 2 rows and 2 columns, and thereby the order of this matrix is 2 by 2, that is rows into columns. So there is 2 rows, 2 columns, so the order of this matrix is 2 by 2. Now if you want to write this square matrix in general form, you can write it as, suppose I've taken here matrix A, so I've taken here also matrix A is equal to, now this is the name of the matrix Aij. Okay, I put it in those square brackets because that is how you put the elements of those matrix in. And then when it comes to writing the order of matrix, I write it as m by n, because here number of rows is equal to the number of columns, m is equal to n. So in place of n also I have written n, so you can write it as A is equal to Aij m by m. Okay, you can call it that A is a square matrix of order n, like that also sometimes you say. Okay, so that is what is square matrix. Now let us see what is a diagonal matrix. The first thing about a diagonal matrix is that it should be a square matrix. Now in a square matrix we know that rows is equal to columns. So first and foremost point about diagonal matrix is that it should be a square matrix where the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. Second point about diagonal matrix is that in this the non-diagonal elements are 0. Now if you see here, I've taken here 2 examples. Now let us see the first example. This is matrix A, which has got elements -1, 0, 0 and 2. Okay, these are the elements of this matrix. Now this has got 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, and then thereby the order of matrix is 2 by 2. Okay, m is equal to n, that is number of rows is equal to number of columns. So first step is that it is a square matrix. Okay, that step is verified. Second step is that the non-diagonal elements should be 0. Now if you can see here, -1 and 2, these are diagonal elements. Okay, they are diagonally related. -1 and 2 are diagonal elements, and except for those diagonal elements, all the other elements should be 0. So if you can see, except for this -1 and 2, all the other elements, they are 0. Similarly, if you take one more example over here, I've taken a matrix C, and here also there are 3 rows and 3 columns, thereby the order of the matrix is 3 by 3. And first step is that it is a square matrix, which is verified. Second step is that non-diagonal elements are 0. Now first of all, check what are the diagonal elements. Here -1.1, 3 and 2. If you can see here, these are the diagonal elements. Okay, always you take the diagonal elements like this. Okay, so these are the diagonal elements, and if you see that except for these diagonal elements, all the other elements are 0. Okay, so that is what is called as a diagonal matrix, that it should be a square matrix, and then all the diagonal elements except for the diagonal elements, all that is all the non-diagonal elements should be 0. Now let us see what is a scalar matrix. Now for a scalar matrix, first thing is that the matrix should be a diagonal matrix. Now just now we saw what is a diagonal matrix. In a diagonal matrix, the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. Okay, and the second thing is that except for the diagonal elements, rest of all the elements should be 0. So that is the condition for a diagonal matrix. And then the second thing is that in the scalar matrix is that the diagonal elements are always equal. Okay, so in a scalar matrix, first of all it should be a diagonal matrix and the diagonal elements should be equal to 0. Now I have taken an example also over here. Suppose this B is a matrix, it is a scalar matrix. Now if you see here, first of all we'll check if it is a diagonal matrix or not. So first step is check if the number of rows is equal to columns. Now if you see here, there are two rows and there are 2 columns. So number of rows is equal to number of columns. Okay, first step is verified. Second step is, if you check the diagonal elements over here, -1 and -1, these are the 2 diagonal elements present over here, and except for these diagonal elements, rest of the elements are 0. Okay, so this is a diagonal matrix. Now second thing is that if you see, both the diagonal elements are equal. So if both the diagonal elements are equal, it is known as a scalar matrix. Now let me take one more example over here. Suppose if I take a matrix C, and if I take the elements 2, 0, 0, 2, and the order of matrix is 2 by 2. Okay, 2 rows and 2 columns. Now again, if you see here, this is diagonal matrix because it is a square matrix in which the number of rows is equal to columns. And then also you can see that except for these 2 diagonal elements, the rest of the elements are 0. And the third thing is that if you see, the diagonal elements are both equal to 2, that is both the diagonal elements are same. So this is known as a scalar matrix. Okay, now let us see what is an identity matrix. Now in an identity matrix, first of all it is a square matrix, that is the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. Okay, M is equal to N. M is the number of rows, N is the number of columns. So identity matrix is first of all a square matrix. Second thing is that if you see all the diagonal elements in an identity matrix, all the diagonal elements should always be equal to 1, and all the non-diagonal elements should be equal to 0. So if you see here, B is a identity matrix because if you see, first of all it is a square matrix because you can see there are 2 rows and 2 columns. So it is a square matrix of order 2 by 2. And then if you check for the diagonal elements, both the diagonal elements is equal to 1 and the non-diagonal elements are 0. Now if I take, suppose, an example over here, and if I take -1, 0 and 0, and if I ask you if this is an identity matrix or not, so the answer will be no. The reason being that if you see, the diagonal elements are equal to -1. Okay, they are not equal to +1. So the diagonal elements should be equal to 1, only then it will be an identity matrix, and the rest of the elements also should be 0. Suppose I take one more example over here. Now if you check for the order of this matrix, there is 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 3 columns like this, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you check, there are 3 rows and 3 columns. The order of this matrix is 3 by 3. Okay, so the order of this matrix is 3 by 3. Now this matrix is of order 3 by 3. So if you ask if this is an identity matrix or not, so the answer is yes. The reason being that if you check, all the diagonal elements is equal to 1 and the rest of the non-diagonal elements are 0, plus this is a square matrix. So this is an example of identity matrix. Now the third one is a zero matrix. Okay, now in a zero matrix, all the elements of the matrix should be equal to 0, as simple as that. And this matrix is also known as null matrix. If you see here, I have taken an example of matrix B, and in this all the elements is equal to 0. Okay, all the elements are equal to 0 and the order of this matrix is 2 by 2. Suppose if I take one more matrix over here, C, 0, 0, 0. Now if you see, this is not a square matrix, but if you check, all the elements over here are 0. So this is known as a 0 matrix. So in 0 matrix, it is not important that it should be a square matrix, okay? So that is what is a 0 matrix. That is, all the elements should be equal to 0. Now what do you mean by equal matrices? Now two matrices, you can say they are equal only if they have got the same order, that is, the order of the matrix should be same. And then the second thing is that the corresponding elements also of the matrices should be same, they should be equal. So if you check here, I've got here two different matrices, A and B. First of all, you have to check their order. Now both the matrices have got the order 2 by 2. So first step is verified. Second step is that the corresponding elements should also be equal. So in this, if you see, 2 the first element, and 2 both, all the corresponding elements are equal. Suppose if I ask you what is the element A to 1. Now here, if you check in both the matrices, element A to 1 is, first step is you have to check the second row and the first column. If you see in this matrix A, the second row, this is the first row, this is the second row, this is the first column, and this is the second column. So second row and first column. So 0 here is the element that belongs to the second row and the first column. And again in this matrix B, 0 is the element that belongs to the second row and the first column. So in both the elements, both the matrices, the corresponding elements are equal. That is, both these matrices are equal, and I can write it as A is equal to B. Now suppose if I take something over here, like suppose I've taken a matrix that is A, and it has got elements X, Y, Z and A. And I've taken another matrix B, which has got elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now if I tell you that both these matrices are equal, and if I ask you what are the elements X, Y, Z and A, tell me what are the elements X, Y, Z and A. So it is as simple as that. First thing, if you see here, the matrix A is equal to matrix B. That is, you can see here the order of both the matrices are equal. Now the corresponding elements should also be equal. That is, X should be equal to 1, Y will be equal to 2, Z will be equal to 3 and A will be equal to 4. Okay, so that is how you find these elements of matrix A, because both the matrices were equal, so I can equate the corresponding elements. So these type of sums you can find in your exercises also. Okay, so we have done some of the basics of matrices. Now let us solve some questions. So here comes the first question. Now in this, they have given us a matrix A, and they have asked us to write the order of the matrix, the number of elements, and then they have asked us to write all these elements. Okay, now first thing is we have to write the order of matrix. Now in order to write the order of matrix, you know that you write it as rows into columns. Okay, you write it as rows into columns. That is what is your order of matrix. Now if you check here, the number of rows is that this is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the third row. There are 3 rows in this matrix. And then if you talk about the columns, this is the first column, this is the second column, third column and fourth column. So this has got 3 rows and 4 columns. So rows into columns, that is the order of the matrix is 3 rows and 4 columns. That is 3 by 4 is the order of matrix A. So how you're going to write it as that order of matrix A is equal to 3 by 4. Okay, you never spell it as 3 into 4, or you can tell it as 3 cross 4 also, but then always spell it as 3 by 4. Okay, that is the correct and the appropriate thing. So the order of matrix A is 3 by 4. Second one is that you have to write the number of elements. Now in order to find the number of elements, instead of counting how many elements are there, one short trick is there, and that is to write to do the number of rows into the number of columns. Okay, you multiply the number of rows and the number of columns and you will get the number of elements. So the number of elements is equal to the number of rows into the number of columns. Now if you check for the number of rows, this has got 3 rows and 4 columns. So if you multiply the number of rows and the number of columns, you will get the number of elements of the matrix. Now right now over here, the number of elements is 12. Now if you count also, you will get 12 elements. So that is how you write the number of elements, by multiplying the number of rows and columns. Now third thing is you have to write all those elements. Okay, so first one is A13 element. Now which is the A13 element? Now you remember, right, Aij is the way of writing where I is your row and j is your column. Okay, always remember this. I is your row, first comes the row, next comes the column. Okay, so in this first comes the row, next comes the column. So 1 is the row and 3 is the column. So check for the element that belongs to the first row and the third column. So this first row and third column, that is 19. Okay, 19 is the element that belongs to the first row and the third column. Now next is A33. Okay, now for A33, first comes the row, next comes the column. So third row and third column. Now if you check for the third row and third column, -5 is the element that belongs to the third row and third column. So A33 is -5. Then A21, second row and first column. Okay, first will come the row and then comes the column. So this element belongs to the second row and first column. So if you check for the second row and first column, 35 is the element that belongs to the second row and the first column. So A21 is 35. And then for A24, second row, fourth column. Check for the second row and fourth column. This is the second row and fourth column. So 12 is the element that belongs to the second row and fourth column. Now the last one, that is A23, that is second row and third column. Second row and third column, if you see, 5 by 2 is the element that belongs to second row and third column. 5 by 2. Okay, so that is how we do this kind of questions. Now here comes our next question. So the question says that if a matrix has 24 elements, what are the possible orders it can have, and what if it has 13 elements? Okay, so basically they have given us the number of elements in this question, and they have asked us what is the different patterns or the different types of order of matrices that you can get. Okay, now you know that when you multiply the number of rows and the number of columns, you get your number of elements. So suppose I denote the number of rows as m and the number of columns as n. So if I do m into n, I get 24. 24 is the number of elements. Now they are asking us what are the possible orders it can have. Okay, that is what are the possible arrangements of m into n. So basically in this I have to find the factors of 24. Like 24 can be written as 1 into 24. It can be written as 24 into 1, 2 into 12, 12 into 2, then 3 into 8, 8 into 3, 4 into 6 and 6 into 4. So these are the possible, you can say the factors of 24. This is the different ways in which we can multiply and write 24. So if you see, these are all the different possible orders of the matrix that the matrix can have with 24 elements. That is the matrix which has got 24 elements. It can even have the order of matrix as 2 by 12, or it can have the order of matrix as 3 by 8. So these are the different arrangements of the order of matrices. Okay. Now second thing that they have asked is what if the matrix has got 13 elements. So if the matrix has got 13 elements, means the number of rows into number of columns is 13. Okay, now if you check for the different factors, 13 can be written as 1 into 13 or 13 into 1. So there are only two possible ways in this case, that either the matrix can have the order as 1 by 13, or it can have the order as 13 by 1 if it has got 13 elements. So these are the two possible ways for the order of matrix. Okay, so now let us see our third question. Now in this question they are asking us to construct a 2 by 2 order of matrix, in which the element A is, this is a general form of element. You know that you can suppose the matrix A is there and it can be noted in the form of Aij, where Aij can be the different elements. Okay, they are basically the names of the elements. And if you see the relation of this Aij, it is given as I plus j whole square by 2. So this relation is given to us, and they are asking us to construct that 2 by 2 order matrix. So first step is that let the matrix be A. Now let me define this matrix. Now since the matrix is of order 2 by 2, it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so 2 rows should be there and 2 columns should be there. Okay, this is rows and this is columns. So 2 rows and 2 columns should be there. Now what will be the first element? The first element will be A11. Okay, because you know that in this Aij, I refers to the row and J refers to the column. Okay, so A11 is the element that belongs to the first row and the first column. And then here will be A12, that is the element which belongs to the first row and second column. Then comes A21, that is it belongs to the second row, first column. And then comes A22, that is it belongs to the second row and the second column. Okay, let me mark here. This is the first row, second row, this is the first column and second column. So these are the different elements that you're supposed to find out over here. Okay, so now the question becomes very easy. They have given us the relation that Aij is equal to I plus j whole square by 2. Here we know that I is the row and j is the column, and we just have to find these elements. So we just have to substitute the value. So we have to find A11, that is I over here is 1 and j is 1. So we just have to substitute the values in place of I and j, and we have to find the value. Okay, so 2. So A11 is 2. Similarly, so we have found this A11 element. Now A12 element will be, here I is 1 and j is 2 whole square divided by 2. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is that in this relation I'm substituting the values. Okay, so in this A12, 1 is your rows, that is 1 is your I and 2 is your j. So I've just substituted the values, and if I find, it becomes 9 by 2. So A12 is 9 by 2. Similarly, A21 is second row and first column, that is 2 is your I and 1 is your j. This also becomes 9 by 2. So A21 is 9 by 2 again, and A22 is 2 is I, 2 is j. Okay, so this is your A22 element. Okay, so I have found the different elements over here, A11, A12, A22 and A21. So I found the different elements. So if you combine all the elements and write, then your matrix A is A11 element is 2, A12 element is 9 by 2, A21 element again 9 by 2, and A22 element is 8. So this is how we have constructed our matrix of order 2 by 2 with the help of this relation. So it was very simple. We just have to find out what all elements, or that is what all the numbers you have to specify. So we know how to name the elements in the form of Aij. We have been given the order of the matrix. So simply we just substitute these values into this I and j, and then we have found the particular elements. Okay. Now in this question we have to find the values of x, y and z, and this type of question I have shown in the beginning also of the video. Okay, so if you see here carefully, then you can see this equal to sign. Okay, which means that both these matrices are equal. Okay, and if you check for their order also, both the matrices are of order. Now if you check here, this is your row 1, row 2 and row 3. Okay, and there is only one column in this. Okay, there is only one column, and this x plus y plus z, x plus z and y plus z, these are three different elements. Okay, there is only one column. Here also there is only one column and 3 rows. This is first row, this is second row, and this is third row. Okay, so in both of them we can see that the order of matrix is rows into columns, that is 3 rows into columns 1. So in both the cases the order of matrix is 3 by 1. Okay, 3 rows is there and 1 column is there. So 3 by 1 is the order of matrix in both the cases. So if you can see here, both the matrices are equal. That means that corresponding elements also should be equal. Okay, Now if the corresponding elements are equal, that means x plus y plus z. This is the first element of this matrix. This should be equal to 9. Similarly, x plus z should be equal to 5 and y plus z should be equal to 7. Okay, the corresponding elements should be equal because these two matrices are equal. Now if I see here and if I substitute the values, suppose I take this x plus z is equal to 5. Okay, now if I write here x plus z plus y is equal to 9, and I know that x plus z is 5, so I substitute 5 over here, and then from this I get the value of y as 4. Okay, so I've got the value of 5. Now I substitute this value over here, that 4 plus z is equal to 7, z is equal to 3. Okay, I found the value of z. Similarly, I substitute the value of z over here and I make it as x plus 3 is equal to 5 and x is equal to 2. So I have found the values of x, y and z. So that is how you find the values of x, y and z. Now whenever they give you such type of questions where they ask you to find these value of elements like this, always the matrices are equal and you just have to equate the corresponding elements. Okay, you just have to equate the corresponding elements and find the values of those elements. Like suppose if I take one more matrix, for example, because these type of questions usually come in exams. So suppose if I take this matrix, this is one element a minus b, 2a plus c is one element, 2a minus b is one element, and 3c plus d is one element. Okay, and this matrix is equal to this matrix minus 1 0 5 13. Okay, so if you see, both the matrices are of order 2 by 2. Okay, now both the matrices are equal and you're supposed to find the elements a, b, c and d. Okay, now in this, since the matrices are equal, you just have to substitute, you have to just equate the corresponding elements. Okay, that is a minus b will be equal to minus 1, 2a plus c will be equal to 5, then 2a minus b will be equal to 0, 3c plus d will be equal to 13. Okay, so I've equated the corresponding elements, and now what I have to do is I just have to solve these equations and I have to find the value of a, b, c and d. So that is how you solve these type of questions. Now let us see one more question. Now in this question they are asking the number of all possible matrices of order 3 by 3 with each entry either 0 or 1. So basically you have to find how many matrices are possible which have got the order 3 by 3, and in these matrices the element which are to be entered should either be 0 or 1. No other element can be entered apart from these two elements, that is 0 or 1, and the order of the matrix should be 3 by 3. So these are the two conditions, and they're asking how many types of matrices are possible with these two conditions. So if you see the order of matrix is 3 by 3. That means the total number of elements will be equal to 9, because you know that the number of elements can be obtained by multiplying the number of rows into columns, and in this 3 by 3 matrix this 3 belongs to the number of rows and this 3 belongs to the number of columns. So there are 3 rows and 3 columns, that is 3 into 3 9, that is the total number of elements, and each element, or I can say each entry, can be filled in 2 different ways. Okay, so each element or each entry can be filled in 2 different ways. What are those ways? Either 0 or 1. Okay, only 2 ways are possible. Either you can fill 0 or you can fill 1. So each entry can be filled in 2 ways, either 0 or either 1. So like this is your matrix of order 3 by 3. Okay, this is the first element a12. Why am I writing a12? Because this element belongs to the first row and second column. a13 because first row, third column. Similarly a21, second row, first column. a22, second row, second column. a23, second row, third column. See, always remember, first comes the row, then comes the column. Then a31, that is third row, first column. Then a32, third row, second column. and A33, that is third row, third column, and this is of order 3 by 3. So if you can see here, we have got here 9 entries to be filled. These are all those 9 entries to be filled, and the possible ways that you can fill them is only 2. Either you fill them by 0 or you write 1 over there. So you have got here only 2 ways, and you have got here 9 elements. So number of matrices possible will be equal to 2 to the power 9, because you have got here only 2 ways that can be filled, either 0 or either 1, and you have got here 9 different places to be filled. Okay, 9 different elements that are waiting, 9 different entries that are to be filled. So the number of possible matrices will be 2 to the power 9, that is equal to 512. So your correct option is fourth one, 512. So with this we have completed our first video on the chapter matrices, and the videos on the remaining topics will be uploaded soon. So if you have any doubts, you can let me know in the comment section below, and if you like the video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So thank you for watching.